Setelah 18 tahun gue di Amerika, gue belajar ternyata banyak sekali warga Indonesia yang ingin pindah ke tanah Paman Sam ini. Dengan segala perjuangan yang mereka lewati, mereka membawa semua impiannya. Ada yang ingin menjadi wira swasta, ada yang ingin menjadi musisi, ada yang ingin menjadi pelajar. Nah, hari ini gue ingin membawa kalian untuk berkenalan sama ada orang Belanda, musisi tapi berdarah Indonesia. Karena dia akan berbagi cerita perjuangannya dari Belanda, sempat pindah ke Amerika sebentar, balik lagi ke Belanda, sampai akhirnya sekarang menetap di Amerika Serikat dan sedang meniti karirnya di dunia musik. Jadi buat teman-teman, tentunya terima kasih atas waktunya. Sekarang duduk yang manis, kalau kalian baru di sini, jangan lupa subscribe. Nama gue Afi Virus, dan kalian lagi nonton channelnya minum air putih dulu cuy. Anak LA. Anak LA cuy. Let's go.
Yo, yeah. It's Anak LA. Let's get started with Yafi Virus. Come explore Uncharted.
Nah, kayaknya kita udah di sini nih guys. Yuk kita masuk. Gue pengen lihat dalamnya kayak gimana rumahnya Kia, dan katanya ada studionya di dalam. Penasaran gue. Let's go. Nah, ini dia rumahnya nih. Ini ngetok bisa sih, tapi kayaknya ada ginian nih. Wah, masuk kamera juga nih harusnya nih. Halo.
Hello, hello.
Hai Kia.
Magic, look who it is.
Oh, hi buddy. Hi buddy.
Come on in.
Apa kabar?
Baik. Apa kabar?
Baik. Thank you. Wow, so this is your place, huh?
This is my humble place.
Let me turn
My
around
humble
really
husband.
quickly. Hi, husband. How are you? Good, how are you? Very good. Thanks for having us over. All right,
Yeah, welcome to my place.
So what is this area again?
This is called Van Nuys.
Van Nuys.
It's in the valley, so it's next to North Hollywood.
Are you starting to talk like a valley girl?
Valley girl.
It's like...
It's like...
This is nice living room, by the way.
Thanks.
So how long have you guys lived here?
A little over a year.
Yeah?
May 15th is when we moved in here last
Nice.
year. Yeah. It's a
You
little
see the
over.
setup? I love this.
Yeah. Got a
Wow.
little wedding picture.
Ooh, I want to see that. Nice wedding picture.
And of course, record player.
Record player.
The whole list is below there.
Wow,
All the
that's nice.
vinyls. But yeah, let me show you around.
Okay, yes, please.
So we go here into the
What do we have
kitchen.
here?
Don't mind the hot mess here. We're still on cleanup day.
Gotcha.
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
We both love to cook, so you know.
If you don't mind me asking, how much is this? Like the price?
When we moved
range?
in, it was $22.95
$22.95.
for 2-bedroom.
2-bedroom. That's
And then after we lived there for a year, it went up by $90. You want to see outside?
I see.
Yes, we
outdoor
got-
patio.
We got a nice patio here.
Wow, look at this. Nice. It's
So
big.
every now and then we have a little party, you know.
I see that's shisha or hookah.
Hookah.
Orang sini bilangnya hookah, guys. Tapi di Indonesia kan ini shisha, right? Nice.
We also call it shisha.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and hookah actually. But
Right. I think only in America they call it hookah.
Hookah, yeah.
Yeah. So this
There's
is
a little training stuff from
Training stuff.
Cozy because he do stunts. And then we love to barbecue. Got that from the dad. Watch out for your head. There
I
you
got
go.
you. Thank you.
My dad barbecues a lot.
Okay.
So we just barbecued, so we didn't clean it yet.
Nice.
But
Buat sate, make sate. Do you like satay?
I love satay. I make pork, but he makes really good beef satay.
Ooh, next time you
Yeah.
have barbecue, invite us, okay?
Absolutely.
I didn't get to ask you yet. So how long have you been in the U.S.?
I moved out here 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
How did you move here? How did you get here? Like what
Oh.
visa and stuff?
Well, I was here in 2017. I did my bachelor in music back in the Netherlands. And in the last year of that, I got to do an exchange. And I kind of partnered up with a school here in LA. And I did like a 6-month exchange program.
Okay.
And then I had to go back to graduate. And then I was like, I need to get back here. Like, this is just for music. This is really the big spot. And the scene is huge. And there's so much opportunity here. So I did everything in my power to get back. And I applied for a lot of scholarships and fundings. And it's kind of a funny story because I wasn't sure what kind of master's degree I wanted to do. So I was thinking about maybe something Master of Arts because I did like this whole thesis about how you can combine neurolinguistic programming with music and how that would affect each other and you can use in your advance basically.
Yeah.
But then when I reached out to California State University, they were like, we don't have anybody that's specialized in that. So not sure how we could do that. And then by accident, my material got sent to the classical department. They were like, this sounds like commercial music. And I didn't know they had a commercial music department. So they sent it to commercial music. They reached out to me and said like, hey, we looked at your material and we want to offer you a scholarship. And I was like, well, that's my cue.
Wow, scholarship.
Yeah, so I got on a scholarship here on an F1 visa, student visa,
Ooh.
2-year program, and then I applied for OPT, so that's the year work permit.
Yep.
And then in about like the last probably like 6 months in of my OPT, I started working on the artist visa. And then I applied for the O1 visa without a lawyer.
And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how she did everything herself.
Yeah,
Right?
it's expensive. You know, it's a lot of money, and first of all, like a lot of my savings already was gone when I did my exchange, and then when you move here and you have to buy a car because you need a car to go everywhere, and it just like it piles up.
Yep.
So I didn't have 10 grand laying around, and so I was like, how can I do this by myself?
Nice. So how many
Get it.
bedrooms again?
So it's 2 bedroom,
Okay.
1 bath. Here is the bathroom.
Let me check it out. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then here is the bedroom. Just want to have a quick sneak peek.
I like how there's AC in every room.
Yes, you kind of need it. The valley gets so
It
hot.
gets really hot.
And then this is my hub, my creative hub.
Now this is the lab right here. Wow. Okay, nice, nice, nice. So did you set it up all by yourself?
No, my husband helped me out.
I mean, just you, right? Like you two, just you two.
Yes.
Let me see.
I've
this.
definitely got more gear throughout the years. So.
Yeah. And then I see a lot of different music instruments here.
Yes.
Ada gitar, ukulele.
Ukulele. There's another ukulele.
Terus ada ini guys, ada wayang.
Wayang. Yeah. Here's my other wayang.
Ooh.
I have 2 more.
Oh, nice wayang. Oh, I want this one.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. This
And
is my little tribute to my roots.
Yep.
Yeah.
So your dad is orang Indonesia, yeah?
Yes. He's technically already mixed. There's some African blood in there already. So he's pretty dark skinned for Indo. And then my mom is fully Dutch.
Fully
Blonde
Dutch.
hair, blue eyes, very white. That sometimes even when I have like an older brother and an older sister. My sister is I feel like the darkest color skin, and then it's me, and then my brother is white.
Got it.
And he's the tallest, so he looks like very Dutch. But growing up, when I would walk with my mom somewhere, because we lived in a very small town, people would think that I was adopted.
Really?
That didn't know us. Yeah, and they would have a conversation. They're like, oh, like, where's she adopted from? And my mom was like, she's not adopted.
Oh, man.
The dad is,
Yeah.
has a color.
Masa penyanyi nggak disuruh nyanyi? So we're gonna ask her to sing a song for us. What song is it?
Sure, I know you like to have me talk about my future and a million words or so to fill you in about my past. Have I sisters or a brother? When's my birthday? How's my mother? Well, my dear, in time I'll answer all those things you ask. But for now, I just say I love you. Nothing more seems important right now. And then I don't know where it goes.
Okay, that was good. Yay!
Thanks.
Nah, sekarang kita udah di studionya lagi. Kita mau ngobrol-ngobrol dan pengen tahu. We want to find out more about Kia the person, Kia the musician. In America, a lot of people, especially in LA, people come here with their dreams.
Right.
right? They want to make it. So tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, I think, I don't know if this is similar in Indonesia, but the Netherlands is very American influenced. Like a lot of the music is inspired by American music, a lot of movies and everything. And when I grew up, everything was subtitled. So English was always kind of like the second language
Yep.
that's like super ingrained as a child. I mean, I did music in the beginning because I didn't really know what else to do, and I grew up with that. When I was young, I played trumpet, I played French horn, I played guitar for a minute, and then became a teenager, and all that stuff wasn't like cool anymore, so I kind of dropped it.
Right.
Which I kind of regret now, but I did a performing arts school for a year when I was 17.
Okay.
I did it. I graduated high school when I was 16. It was pretty early. And then I wanted to see the world, so I traveled. I did a half year in the US, Minnesota, and then a half year in Costa Rica because I really wanted to learn Spanish. And then I came back, did music, but I think I was just too young still to be actually serious about like, okay, this is what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, your career. Like I didn't really know yet. So I got bored, and then I did something completely different, and I did nursing for 2 years.
Oh.
And then I did surgical assistance for a minute.
Wow.
And then I loved that, but it's just a different world.
Yeah.
And it's very closed off, especially surgical assistants. Like you see doctors day in and day out, and like that's it. The patient comes in knocked out already.
Yeah. Yep.
So it wasn't for me. And then I went back to music. So I finished up that performing arts school. I did audition for voice, got accepted for piano, but then I did more voice work because I couldn't sing very well years ago.
Okay.
And then I did sound design production. So did that for, I think it was like 2 years. And then after I graduated, me and my friend at the time, we were like, you know what, let's just try and do an audition at this conservatory. It's like a very pretty strict like jazz and pop conservatory. And we're like, if we get in, like that's when we have to be like serious about
Right.
it, a dedication. And we both got in, and I did that for 4 years, and like I mentioned earlier, then did the exchange out here, and I didn't think that was gonna happen, to be honest. Like subconsciously maybe, because I did wrote a letter in like the first or the second year of that undergrads, where the teacher was like, write where you're gonna be 5 years from now, and like as big as you want to dream. And I literally wrote down at that time, I was like, I don't know, I might have moved to the States, I might have went to LA, and
Wow.
here we are. So
Wow, look at that. Dream. It starts with dreams. Mimpi. We call it mimpi.
yeah.
Ya, membuat mimpi itu menjadi kenyataan. Make your dream turn into reality.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not easy.
No.
There's a lot of Indonesians that want to try, to come out over here simply just to work, or maybe they want to gamble on their music career.
Yeah.
And I think that's the word, gambling. You gamble on yourself. You're betting on yourself,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Take me through that process, because it's a big move, right?
It's a big move, and I think I stepped out, kind of a bit of an uncomfortable moment, because I was in a pretty good spot back then. I was playing a lot of festivals. I had my band together. We were playing shows everywhere, and I was about to do a tour in Germany, and then I decided to move out here because the program started, and I was like, it's a bit of leap of faith, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just did it. And I think if I would have stayed back there, like I would have also been happy. Like it wouldn't have. It would just be different.
Yeah.
But I would still be working as hard probably as I am right here. But the opportunity was just there, so I was like, I have to do that. You're starting from scratch.
You've released music already. The latest one's called Okay Alright. That one I was listening to. I was jamming with it. Buat teman-teman, if you guys want to listen to it, ada di Spotify. And then the link, I'm gonna put the link in the description biar kalian bisa listen to the music. And speaking of your music, the genre, that's very interesting.
Oh, yes.
That's very interesting. Tell us a little bit about why this genre versus others.
So I think my gift and fault at the same time is that I like a lot of things. I like a lot of different things. I grew up listening to different things. I've studied different things. And so I also write for movies and TV shows. And so that's the sync industry. And for that, you have to be versatile, and you have to know all these different genres. So on my Spotify right now, it's still a little bit mixed and woven into each other. But then 2 years ago, I was like, especially if not that I necessarily wanted to be with a label at that time, but like the feedback that I've gotten from like either producers or people that work in the industry or managers, they're like, yeah, like, it's great, like you have a sound, but we don't really know who Kia is. Like it's all over the place right now. And I was like, you're right. I should like zone in a bit more. And I think I've always been in between like pop music, but then I also love a lot of neo soul and R&B. And so when I came out here, I tried a bit of both. I had my songs from back in the Netherlands that I wrote there, and that was already kind of a mixture. We had like hip hop influences or like funk, and then 2 years ago I was like, no, okay, I need to like stick to what I know and stick to my roots and stick to what feels good. So I went back to R&B. So I feel like I make alternative R&B music that might be like combined with like neo soul music.
I know that you've been awarded many different like awards, I guess. Yeah, penghargaan as we call it, accolades. I know for a lot of musicians that's not what they go for, but it's still nice to be appreciated.
Absolutely. I think it's one of the best feelings when you're recognized for your hard work and dedication, and it really helps for an artist visa too. So
Yes.
that's kind of what got me on that track to be focused about it and be aware of it. And I have two awards here. These are from the Ultimate Music Awards when I had Best Pop Single of the Year and Best Female Vocalist of the Year. So these are two. Those are really nice. And then I won honorable mention for the International Songwriting Competition. Beginning of this year, I won a weekly John Lennon Songwriting Contest.
Yes.
And that was really fun because they have the NAMM show here, which is a really big trade show for pro audio companies. And I got to perform there again. I performed there 2 years ago as well, so I got to perform there through that. And they awarded me an interface, which is really great. And then in that same week, I won the Howard Rosen Promotion Talent Search. And that one got me this guitar. They sent me this guitar.
Nice.
And then a 6-week radio campaign. They did a bunch of PR for my last single. And then I had a billboard in Times Square, New York.
I was going to say, okay,
And
thanks for bringing that up. How did that feel to actually have your
man.
face up there big?
That is so wild. It's so crazy because the last time I went to New York was in 2015, and and I definitely was not in my mindset that I was going to move here and I was going to, switch everything to the U.S. at all at that time. So I was just visiting, and if you've ever been to New York for the first time, it feels so overwhelming because so many people, especially Times Square, like it's really packed and really crowded, and there's lights everywhere from all these billboards, and to see your own face on it years later is just so beyond. Like I did not know. I was not ready for that in some ways, but also I was, I guess. It's kind of an interesting feeling. But I flew out with half of my band, and I set up a mini tour, and we played 2 shows there, and it's just a really, really cool experience.
I do want to talk about just a little bit about the visa part.
Yeah.
Because you said you worked on it yourself.
Yeah.
And you said basically you've helped quite a few people. Because basically you've mastered it, right?
Sort of. I think so. I think I'm no lawyer, by all means. I didn't study the law of immigration at all. But I had some really amazing friends that either did it with a lawyer and sent me their petition as an example. And then I met a couple of people who did it, who have been doing it themselves. So it's a little bit of a different layout, and I kind of make my own version of those 2 versions combined. And then I teach at the California College of Music, and so there are a lot of international students going through there who went through the same process, like the F1 visa, going to OPT, and then wanted to go into an O1 visa. And for some of them, I definitely sat down, and I think the important part is, aside from having the credits and fulfilling the requirements, I think it's important that you are super organized, because that helps so much,
I think also the biggest thing, what's the most enticing, is how much money you save. So can you kind of tell us how much people that pay for lawyers versus what you spend?
I think you easily spend 10,000 or over 10,000 with a lawyer. I spent 3,000 including premium processing, so they had to give me an answer within 3 weeks. If you do it without, the premium processing is like 1,000 less.
The difference is like almost $7,000. Yeah, that's enough for 7 months of rent.
Exactly.
In most places.
Yes.
If people need help, can they reach out to you and ask Okay, awesome. Because I know that there's a lot of Indonesians that want to come here
Yeah.
using the artist visa, but they're scared.
Yeah.
They don't have any help. They don't know how to reach out.
Yeah,
They don't
and
know who to reach out.
totally get that. Like it is a scary process, and I think out of all my years of living, I think that felt like the scariest moment, just because you're not sure what's going to happen. Like there's no guarantee, right? And if you've already lived here for a few years and you've already built your community here and your life, to know that that could be taken away at any second. And I think that was the hardest part that I dealt with, because I'm normally a very like positive person. Just that uncertainty made my positivity go a little bit more down south. But you gotta believe.
I want to switch gear a little bit.
Okay.
Talk about your Indonesian roots.
So my dad's side is Indonesian. I unfortunately never met my grandparents. They already passed away before I was born.
Okay.
But I grew up with Indo food. My mom learned how to cook Indonesian food. My dad loves sautés, and so he would make sauté. And yeah, I got pretty curious. I've never been to Indonesia. That's one of my big goals, and I would love to do play like Java Fest, or like I would love to do a tour.
We'll get
there.
you in there. Guys, don't worry. We'll get her ya biar main di Java Jazz Indo. Let's
That
get
would
her
be
in there.
really, really cool. Like, yeah, I've surrounded myself, even back in the Netherlands, with a lot of Indo people,
Yeah.
and then when I came out here, it's kind of like interesting how we all met.
Yep.
Because I was eating when my parents were here to visit, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw this new Indonesian restaurant that hasn't been open for a long time, Lalapan.
Lalapan, yes. Lalapan.
So I was
We've
like,
been there.
I need to bring my
Yeah.
parents there. So we
Yeah.
went with the four of us, and I followed her on Instagram for a minute, and then she recognized me. So she's like, "You're the singer.
Oh
I followed
my
you."
God,
So,
that's
so she was like,
cool.
"Gonna take a picture," and I was like, "Of course."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she took a picture, she posted it, and then Michael
Mike, yeah.
responded on it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
"Wait, are you
Yeah,
Indo
yeah.
Dutch?" And I was like, "Yeah." So then we met up, and then he invited us, obviously, to like the Indo events, and this is
And then the
where-
rest is history.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
See, jadi just like what we're trying to do is build a community here.
Yeah.
Because kayak orang Hispanic, there's a lot of them here,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's many different. Now I want to make one for Indonesians,
Yeah.
orang Indonesia. So, and it's cool to have more members, getting more members into the community, and someone as special as you, musicians, and doing everything. That's cool. Speaking of Indonesian, can we take a look
Yes.
at what we got over here,
Oh,
guys?
gosh, yes.
I want to show you really quickly. Nah, ini tribute
Glenn Fredly.
buat Glenn Fredly.
Terdalam yang pernah ku rasa, hasratku hanyalah untukmu, terukir manis dalam reluku jiwamu. Jiwaku menyatu, biarkanlah ku rasakan hangatnya sentuhan kasihmu. Bawa aku, penuhiku, berilah diriku kasih putih di hatiku.
Wow, that was wonderful.
Thanks.
Oke, jadi segitu aja buat konten kita kali ini, Kia. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home. We got to see a little bit about where you live and then your music. And thanks for playing the music as well, the song. It was beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
She is one of us, guys. So hopefully I get to see you soon.
Actually, you should come to the award show next week.
Wait, what? Award show?
Yeah, so I got nominated for the Hollywood Independent Music Awards, and I'm actually opening up the show, so maybe I can get you an all-access pass, and you can come along?
Yeah? Gimana, guys? Should we go? Should we come for part 2 with Kia? What do you think?
Anak, where we share the vibe, from the bright nights to the morning light. Join us on this journey, let's explore the world.
Nah, step pertama karena dia performing, sekarang lagi check sound. Yuk dengerin kira-kira penampilannya seperti apa. Mereka lagi latihan, bandnya semua udah. Lagunya enak-enak. Dengerin yuk. Oke, jadi sekarang mereka udah mau masuk ke mana tuh di belakang sana, red carpetnya.